Hey, thank you so much for logging on and listening in. We are here with yet another Healthy Revolution testimony. I'm Cortney Hicks from Magic 102.3. Make sure you continue this journey with us. Log on to mymagicdc.com/healthy, and we would love to hear about your healthy revolution and maybe even have you come out and join us for another event that will be happening very soon. So stay close to us. Right now, I want to bring Melody A. Patrick. I'm going to do the whole government name because that is so important when you talk about you just being here next to me, being able to talk as a survivor. So it's very important. Melody A. Patrick is here and she is alive and she is thriving. A breast cancer survivor, almost 5 years now.
Almost 5 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you
to
so much.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
So we got a chance to meet at one of the Get Fit with Cortney the last month.
That's right.
At the Sports and Learning Complex Center. And we just had an amazing conversation, and we wanted to bring you in to talk a lot more in detail about your story. So we're talking about this healthy revolution. I guess you were started with a diagnosis of breast cancer and how that probably just hit you like a ton of bricks. But on the other end of the story, you have turned this thing around. But let's talk about when you first got that diagnosis. I'm imagining that's what kickstarted your healthy revolution.
Definitely. Well, actually, before the diagnosis, I was actually living with a lump in my breast for over a year.
Okay.
I was unemployed, did not have any health insurance, had just lost my brother, my parents were ill. I discovered a lump through a breast self-examination, did not go to the doctor because I was afraid. I was afraid of losing my house. I was afraid of bankruptcy. I was looking for a job. So I put off getting a mammogram. But luckily, the Prince George's Health Department has a program for women over 40 uninsured can get a free mammogram. Went, got a free mammogram, found the lump in my breast, and it was determined that it was malignant. Fortunately, I was able to get health insurance through the county, got a great surgeon. Dr. Hampton with Dr. Hospitals was my surgeon. And I was able to actually get all the care that I needed, do the surgery, and also aftercare.
Wow, you have such an incredible testimony. Let me take you back to the fear, because I think that's one of the biggest hurdles that we as women and African Americans, when you talk about our health and going to the doctor and the hospital, I think that's one of our biggest hurdles.
Yes.
How are you able to move through that fear to get the help that you needed to get?
Well, I told my girlfriends, and I kept hearing, Melody, have you gotten it checked out? Have you gotten it checked out? One day I was in bed watching the news. There was a 10-year-old girl who found a lump in her breast. 10 years old. She told her mother took her, and she actually was diagnosed with breast cancer. I said, if she can go get her lump checked out, I can too.
Yeah.
And really not even just dealing with the breast cancer, it's the fear of getting diagnosed, which was my biggest hurdle.
Sure. So what I'm hearing is it started with self-breast examination. So you were aware of that and how important that is.
Definitely.
And then you just had to work through some fear to go get that mammogram.
That's it.
So I'm hearing that is extremely important.
Yes.
And then, we always want it to be a negative kind of diagnosis. Yeah. And if it's not, then there's another platform of care and concern that you do have. So what was next after it was confirmed that you did have breast cancer? Was it hard to accept that and go through what you had to go through to now go into survival mode, if you will?
Definitely. Well, the diagnosis of cancer for almost anyone is kind of like a death notice.
Sure.
So I just told my family, my friends, I got a lot of support. As I said, I had a great surgeon. The next thing was to get a biopsy to actually confirm how large it was. Because I had been living with the lump so long, they had to do a series of other tests to see if the cancer had spread. It was a whole lot of praying, whole lot of
some
praying,
tears,
a lot of tears. And when I look back now, it really was, my thoughts were really mostly negative. Am I going to die? Am I going to have chemo? Am I going to lose my hair?
Which are real thoughts.
Which are real thoughts.
Yes.
And you do have to deal with them,
absolutely.
right? You do have to deal with them. Did not lose my hair. Did not do chemo.
Wow.
I had a full mastectomy because the lump was large enough where I wasn't able to save the breast. Not a problem at all. What I did, I started raising money for other women going through this, the American Cancer Society. So I immediately signed up for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer. All my friends joined me. 4 weeks after surgery, I wasn't able to do the 5K walk. They did.
Yeah.
Raised close to $3,000. And also, too, I wanted to embrace my body because we have this image about our bodies and, unfortunately, our boobs.
Yes.
So what I started doing then, too, I started a campaign of taking pictures. I did my first nude photo shoot. With
No
my
way!
I sure did. I did my first
love
nude
it.
photo shoot. And I was showing my scar, and it was kind of like along the lines of got milk. Mine was got mammogram. And then you'll see my scar. Right. So right now I'm getting ready to do another photo shoot in a couple of months for my 5-year anniversary. And I am still as proud as ever of my scar, and I wear it very well.
I can tell.
I am proud of my scar.
That's why you're sitting in this chair, because
Yes.
your energy is just so infectious. And fast forward to almost 5 years later, some of the follow-up care or any concerns. How do you stay positive and say, I got this, and I'm moving on, and I'm continuing to live my life to the fullest, almost 5 years later? How do you stay encouraged, if you will?
Well, once you get a cancer diagnosis, a headache, a hangnail, any
Anything.
pain, it's like, oh my gosh, cancer's here, in my brain or whatever.
I can only imagine.
So, as I said, luckily through the Prince George's County government, I now have health care coverage. So they have taken me once again, not only through the surgery, but also to the follow-up. So now that anything else that may happen during my period of survivorship,
Sure.
they will take care of it. So I get my mammograms twice a year. I get checkups. If I get any type of pain at all, luckily I have the health insurance where I'm able to go to the doctor and able to get it checked out.
And what I'm also hearing on a very personal, more intimate level, you are more secure with your body, and you are touching yourself. You
Yes.
hear these campaigns,
Yes.
touch yourself.
Yes, every day.
And so you
Every
can
day.
feel and know and understand.
And you have to know your body. You
Yeah.
have to know your body, because I knew inside that something was growing. It started out as a pea, it ended up as a walnut. It was 3.7 centimeters, which is pretty big. It's almost the size of a walnut. So just knowing that's in your body and having it grow for almost a year was terrorizing. But actually getting up the courage to actually go to the doctor, get the confirmation, that was half the battle.
Wow.
Then I said the doctors took care of everything. I was in great hands. I had great surgeons, great oncologists, and I'm just so happy to be alive.
And now
today.
you are pretty in pink. I see the lipstick, I see the nail polish, I see the purse over here on the side that I'm going to take from her. Yes.
Yes.
So we talked about Prince George's County
Yes.
Department of Health, and how instrumental they were in helping you. And we want you to continue to log on to mymagicdc.com/healthy and get all the links so you can get the help and the information, because awareness is key, that the help is out there. But you've had a strong life force, if you will, of friends around you.
Yes.
Anybody you want to say hello to in particular, because they're going to be watching this, and if you don't shout out to them, they're going to
I
get
will be
you.
in trouble.
Yes.
Yes, well, all my girlfriends have been really
Sister
great.
Circle.
Sister Circle has been great. My family has. Of course, I've had a very supportive boyfriend, Derek, who's here.
Yes, he
to
is,
support
right over
me.
there.
Right over there.
He's over
He's
there.
been here through everything. I talked to him about the surgery. I chose not to do reconstructive surgery.
Really?
It would have been another series of needles, surgeries, etc., etc. 2 more hours on the table. It wasn't
And that
worth
just
it
wasn't
me.
for you.
It was, and in our culture, we're more of a hip type of a
Sure,
culture. We're not
sure.
really into the boobs that much. It didn't bother me. It didn't bother him. So that way I was able to.
And that shows that everybody's walk is going to be, even though
There
it's
you
breast
go.
cancer, everybody's
There you
walk
go.
and decisions are going to be a little different.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was also under the impression that reconstructive meant I would have surgery, and when I finished, I would come out with some D cups like the women on Bravo. They said, no, it's
Looking
not like that.
Pamela Anderson Lee.
I was like, hey, well, why not? I'll do this.
Hey.
When I found out what the surgery really entailed,
And it
would
wasn't
take,
for you.
No, it wasn't for me. It was
Okay.
too much surgery, too much going back and forth, being injected with saline solution. I didn't want that in my body.
Wow.
I'm kind of like a natural type of a person. And as I say, it's just me, and that's what I do.
Wow. You are a walking testimony. Thank you for coming and
Yes.
sharing with us and being so
Yes.
open. I enjoy you. Everybody else enjoyed your story, and it's just the way you are able to tell it at this point in your life. I hear the joy. I feel it. I see it. God bless.
Thank you.
And thank you for putting that awareness out there.
Thank you.
Again, we're looking for you and your healthy revolution. Log on to mymagicdc.com/healthy and get all the details. Melody, I love you, darling.
Thank you, Courtney. You're the best.
We'll see you next time.
Appreciate it.